I am so fucking sick of mojitos. I don't think I can. If I see sand again, I'm gonna fucking puke.
Dude, I've got sand in every pair of my yoga pants.
It's
at this point.
everywhere.
It is everywhere.
I cleaned my ears out the other day, mostly sand.
Mm-hmm. I know we said we're going to live in paradise forever, but I don't know if I could do this.
Dude, fuck paradise. It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Who does this shit? How the fuck do you live down here? Anyway, it's happy hour. Are we going to go to the Scuttlebutt?
Well, I'm going to get a mojito. I'm going to get a mojito.
It is $2 mojito night, so...
Mm-hmm.
Bones! Good $2 mojito night. Let's go.
Have fun.
Yeah, we're all going to have fun together on $2 mojito night.
Yeah, go for it.
What, are you going to set up here in the room alone?
What does it matter what I do? I just don't want to go.
Damn it.
I'm not going to go.
It's $2 mojito night.
I have had 0 alone time this entire trip. Okay?
That's paradise, baby.
I know we came down here together. All right? But it doesn't mean I got to do whatever you guys are doing. And for right now, I'm just going to sit and stare at this wall. Thank you.
Don't take this the wrong way, but that sounds fucking stupid. It's $2 mojito night.
Bones Dan is right. It's $2 mojito night.
I'm sorry, you guys continue to talk even though I've bid you a adieu.
You know you've never accepted that.
Things are different in paradise. I'm different in paradise. I'd like to be alone.
You think he has, like, a paradise depression going on? Like a tropical depression? I don't know. See what I did there?
You think if we bought the $2 mojito, I could throw it up to the room?
Like throw up?
Yeah, throw the whole mojito up to Bones. So
the mojito is not the problem. The logistics of the mojito are not the problem.
Well,
this place
would
is
a
not the
mojito
problem.
make the situation better if you drank a mojito?
Would you like me to continue naming off all of the things that are not the problem?
I don't know. That sounds like it could take a while.
I mean, I kind of...
Right. So why not just
I need to know my
infer what is the problem?
I think I could throw it up there, man. I got a fucking cannon for an arm.
Look, I said that I was so fucking sick of mojitos, but now I'm really excited for mojitos, so I might ride a shark tonight. And you're going to miss that.
Come on, dude. Dan's going to get all fucked up on mojitos. And
those fucking girls wanted to cornroll your hair last week. Or yesterday. When was that? I was drunk.
I don't know. I don't know what day is any day. I don't know.
It's paradise.
All I know is that I see you two every day, and I have a life that I want to live.
But we're trapped in paradise right now.
It doesn't matter.
Understand that?
And here's the other thing too. We go down to the Scuttlebutt, and you guys are the main characters. All right, you get down there and you're riding your shark and doing mojitos and throwing glasses at the hotel, and I'm just there. I'm a fucking side character on your guys' adventure. And I'm fine with that. I'm going to accept that.
Don't think of it that way.
You know what? You're the lead tonight. Whatever you want to do.
I think of it as like your favorite partier's favorite partier.
I like that. Did that work?
So you guys, your favorite partier is me.
Yeah.
But Dan's the one that rides sharks.
That's just here. When we get back to real life...
I'm too big to ride the little sharks now they got out there.
They're sharks.
They're D-toothed little wussy sharks. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's culturally appropriate to call these sharks
All right.
wussies, okay?
This is
I
what
thought we
we're
were going to get big-ass sharks.
This is
and
what we're going to do.
I feel like I may as well put 25 cents
Oh, God.
and a little pony
Stop
outside the store.
Kron, give him a slap.
It's the most alive I felt the whole fucking time down here. Thank you.
Give him another one.
No.
Okay. It's
That one
$2
hurt.
me.
That one
it's
hurt.
It's fucking $2.
Dude, I got a cannon for an arm, dude.
There's some aggression that's been built over these last few weeks. I agree. It's $2 mojito night, and goddamn it, we're gonna go down there and we're gonna drink a fuck ton of mojitos. And you know what? We're gonna get in that fucking manatee lagoon that they tell us we're not allowed in, and we're gonna fucking ride those beasts, baby. That's what we're gonna do tonight. You with me, brothers?
Hey,
Just so long as you don't fucking mix me up with a manatee again, because that was fucking awkward.
Hey, here's a handful of sand for both of you guys.
You rode like the wind.
My eyes were already watery from the slaps, and now the sand is stuck. So
It's fucking Has the housekeeper lady been in here, or man, whichever one? I don't give a shit who it is.
all right.
They don't come here anymore.
Is there any melted ice water in that little cheap little ice bucket that I can wash my... No?
Yeah, here. It's mojito.
This is the type of shit that I'm talking about.
I filled it with
You're the one
mojitos.
who's all gung-ho about partying and Kron's slapping me and throwing sand at me. I'm a goddamn side character.
I'm
This is
trying
your
to get
guys'
you amped
fucking...
up, dude.
It was so It was so like ready to go, and then now
Let's
we're
just
back
go.
to here.
Let's just go. Let's just go. Whatever
All
you
right.
guys want to do, you win.
$2 mojito night.
Remember when we first came down here and I said I was going to be a sculptor? I haven't sculpted a single fucking thing this whole trip.
We've sculpted a badass time.
Let's just go. Let's just go and get back.
This week on 5-Day Rentals, it's the box set, Thunder in Paradise. Welcome back, everybody, to 5-Day Rentals. We are the video store podcast where each week we take turns picking a flick that we think meets a fun, non-genre category. But fuck all that shit. It's the box set. Welcome back to Paradise. Episodes 19 and 20 of Thunder in Paradise. Oh, can you feel it? We're so close to the end. I'm Laundry Dan. I'm going to be walking.
Hey, have a little respect for the dead, Dan.
We're losing too many so quick. I can't keep up anymore. I can't do it alone. I'm going to be walking you through here. It's my two favorite buddies. Well, my two favorite birds of paradise, Kron Howard and Bones. How are you, gentlemen?
I think I'd be a macaw.
Is that a bird of paradise? That's not a macaw. Well, I guess so. It's a parrot.
It's a bird in paradise.
That's true.
I'm strutting my shit like a flamingo, dude.
Oh, I like that.
That's good.
I guess I'd be like a fucking seagull, I guess.
I think those are everywhere.
Well, they're mostly, around the beach.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
like
not going to get hung
you
up
talking
on
like
it.
toucans and parrots, thinking a little bit more colorful.
Seagulls just steal your food when you're...
Isn't there a bird called the bird of paradise? Isn't that the one that fucking dances and shit?
Probably.
Yeah, I'll be that guy.
That's fitting. If you had asked me like what a macaw was, I would have said it's just like a raven or a crow, like not a.
Yeah, Kron is deep on the parrots.
Yeah, I couldn't pick a macaw out of a fucking bird lineup.
Well, I don't think I could either, but, you know, just that's a bird of paradise. I mean, when I think parrot head, I'm picturing a macaw.
Line up the usual foul offenders.
Didn't we did a bird quiz on this podcast? It was
I think
old Henry.
I think the quiz was just naming birds until one of us couldn't name a bird anymore.
And I think it was you that lost first.
I think it was you that lost first.
In that episode, did anybody name a flamingo or a macaw?
I don't know.
So we've grown since then.
Those
were season 1 losers.
Kron is the one that lost because he just, schooled us on fucking parrots.
Yeah.
Although I guess the box set is bridging the season 1, season 2 gap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should have left
the glue.
We should have left it behind in season 1.
It felt like 6 months in between, like since the last time I had watched A Thunder in Paradise. It was a slap in the face. It was some sand in the eyes when I threw this on.
Did either of you ask yourself, who would care if we didn't do the last 4?
I would.
I started that at like episode 10.
We got like a dozen people out there that need us to finish.
They need to listen to us multiple times. Thank you for your love and support.
Now, the cool podcaster thing now is to shit on their fans. We're not going to do that, though.
No, I love every fan.
We're just going to beg.
Yeah. Not to these fucking dipshits. We're not.
Damn it. Always the cool one.
Kron will never bend the knee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are on episode 19 and 20. There are 22 episodes of Thunder in Paradise, so we will have one more episode and maybe a special. But don't hold us to that.
I don't think so.
Why are you signing us up for more Thunder in Paradise
I think
stuff?
I even was like, yeah, maybe we'll do it. No.
Be aware that there might be a text message that says emergency pod on such and such day. So
we got Hogan.
It's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to be Hogan. Don't count your eggs before they're in the bat. What the fuck did they say? What is that saying?
Don't count your eggs before they hatch.
Mm-hmm.
Don't count the limes before they're in the mojitos, all right?
Don't count you can count the eggs. Don't count the chickens before they hatch.
What if they're snakes?
That's what your knife's for, dude.
Mm-hmm. Got a quick jab.
Can you milk a snake?
Nope, it's a reptile.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Well, do they not call it milking when you extract venom?
That's not milk.
I understand. I'm just saying
if you're a badass, it is.
All right.
Fuck it. Dude. Grow a pair. Shit. Gentlemen, do we have anything? Do we have anything up front for Thunder in Paradise?
There's not much in the world of Thunder in Paradise news that I think I need to share. Nothing. I mean, all the feelers I've got out. There's nothing on the dark web about it, so I have no updates.
I think overall at this point, I could say I truthfully feel the series is 4 episodes too long.
So you're saying you didn't enjoy these 2?
How are we still here? This could have been 3 episodes of the podcast to do the whole thing.
Oh, that'd be brutal. It'd be brutal.
Jessica's growing up. I mean,
I thought these were 2 of the strongest episodes so far. Yeah, I thought this was just good television. There was filler. Thunder in Paradise is full of filler, but there was still a lot of growth in these 2.
I think we could have used episode 20 around, like, maybe the episode 8-ish or 9-ish in there.
Haven't they already killed Hammerhead twice in this series?
We never officially see a body, Kron.
They killed him for sure in that first Hammerhead episode.
I don't even fucking remember it.
If you stay after the credits, they show the body.
Did anybody stay after the credits for episode 20?
Yeah. Where you see all the cyborg shit?
Yeah, we're getting some Lawnmower Man shit towards the end, and that's why I wanted you guys to avoid knowing too much about what goes on. I believe when DK and Garrett were here, did we do a Hammerhead episode in that chunk, or were we just talking about Hammerhead? I think somebody had thrown out the concept of discussing like why this ended, and Hogan wanted to go back to wrestling, and I think we were even pitching, oh, this is where they've got to like get Hammerhead back, and he replaces Spence on the team. And I thought maybe that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to, let's lay the groundwork to get him back so we've got another ally or somebody else that could step in.
Oh, you think that episode's kind of like a backdoor season 2 pilot?
I think so. Because they even say at the end, not to jump, well, like literally to the end, when Bru's like, yeah, I talked to the VA, and with a little bit more work, he's going to be back. And Spence is even like, good, we could use him. So
Dan, rip the cord, do the outro.
I
Join
set
us
you up
next week for Kron's new category. Would we watch a Hammerhead solo show? I think we discussed that.
I think they should make it now. Yeah, I think legacy sequels are big. I think the fire's hot.
If they can bring,
there's certainly a dozen more people watching Thunder in Paradise. What were you saying?
If they bring back all the characters, I'll watch it. If they get everyone back, I think Hulk would do it now. He's sober.
He's not going to do it then.
This might make him relapse.
Be like, what the
That's all right.
You think he was shit fucked the whole time he was doing Thunder in Paradise?
I don't think he was shit fucked, but I think he was still maybe popping 2 Miller Lights and a Tylenol before getting the set.
I mean, we do get his wife finally here.
I didn't know Tylenol came in a white powder form.
We just gotta crunch it up, dude.
Yeah, man. You need it to activate as soon as possible.
That's right.
Take it nasally. Nasally? Yeah. Oh, is his wife the one who gives Jess the dirt bike at the end?
I believe so.
Okay.
Is it? It's not Linda.
It's Linda.
Is it
Hogan.
Linda?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know it's also Linda McMahon. So.
Did she pass away, or did they just get a divorce?
I think they just got a divorce.
Didn't she like start dating like some young ass like men?
As opposed to young ass.
Women?
I mean, I guess she could date women. That's totally fine. But
I thought she was dating like super young men after they got divorced.
Like Chalamet or something?
He's still only 15.
In our hearts.
I think Wonka was the wrong move.
How old is that guy? Wonka might not be the
Wonka's
wrong move.
A gamble. That might
Wonka
pay off.
is also directed by the same dude who did Paddington. So that's a reason to be interested, at least.
People love Paddington, and they love to tell you how much they love Paddington.
Paddington 2 is pretty good.
They get upset when you haven't seen Paddington 2 yet because you had it in the queue on Netflix, and you could just never sit down and commit with your wife.
That was kind of cool. It was like Bones presented a theory and Dan proved it in a matter of seconds.
I'm getting off of here because you guys haven't seen Paddington 2, you fucking assholes.
This is what they do, Kron.
I quit.
It's this Paddington mind virus that infiltrates podcasters and so-called film buffs.
I prefer nerd.
Speaking of not film.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 19 of Thunder in Paradise. I know we're almost there. This one's called Blast Off. We start off with a senator doing some sports fishing. He's got a big one on the line, folks. We cut to a very Art Deco building where two goons give an update to a guy named Volkov.
Dr. Wily, you mean?
Who?
From fucking Sonic? He's got the Wily glasses on, dude.
I thought the hair was a little more ridiculous.
I meant to look up who this guy was because he looks exactly like the bad guy from, I think it's Trancers 2.
Oh, shit.
It very well could be, Kron. I believe his name's Richard Lynch. Richard something. I'm confirming that right now. He is the bad guy in Invasion USA.
Ah!
It might be him.
Covered by 5 Day Rentals. Right? No, we covered Action USA. Never mind.
Yeah. He is. He's Dr. Ed Wardo in Trancers 2, Kron. Nice
Fuck
pull.
yeah.
And
Dude.
he's in Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge.
Oh, shit!
He's Major Krause.
Who is he?
He's been
Major
on 5 Day
Krause.
Rentals before.
Yeah.
Who's he playing 3?
Major Krause.
He's the guy
don't
that's
remember
having
him.
sex with the girl in the beginning, and he gets
Yeah.
killed.
He's he suffered some burns or something later in his life, and that's why his skin has that sort of odd texture. But it gives him a fantastic look. But I think it kind of locked him into playing villains more often than not.
Now Kron's got a boner for fucking Puppet Master shit.
I'm writing his name down as a category.
All right, these two goons tell Volkov that the senator is fishing and he's in position, but there's another boat with them as well. Volkov doesn't give a fuck. He says, neutralize them. My weapons are too strong. It doesn't matter if there's another boat there. We cut back to the senator. Or no, we cut back to the senator fishing. We also pan over to Brew and Spence. They are the other boat that's watching over the senator.
Some great I'm out of breath acting from this guy playing the senator here. Because there's, again, if you watch this with your headphones on, the ADR in these episodes, they are amping their fucking game.
Oh,
But
yeah.
there is so much praise for
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
That's a
Good
really
job,
big one.
Senator. And his little assistant is like, I could see that on your wall, on your mantle. And what he says, it'll be going with me to the White House after the next election. Yeah.
Spence does not like the fact that they are babysitting this senator. Bruce says, look, dude, this could lead to a lot of money because we're doing this. Just then, a fast-moving boat enters the radar of Thunder. This strange boat launches a torpedo at the senator's boat, but Thunder and the boys move in quick. Brew and Spence warn the senator's boat, and they realize that Thunder's weapons are fucked to deter this torpedo.
The senator is willing to die for this fucking marlin or whatever he's got.
Good looking fish, man.
Yeah, because you're right. She does warn him, like, you should look at this. And he's like, I'm paying them the big bucks. They got it. Who gives a shit?
This torpedo is headed straight for this fucking senator. As Bun said, a lady does warn him, but he doesn't give a fuck because he's paid the price for Spence and Brew. Spence decides to jump in on top of the torpedo and disengage it. Spence jumps on the torpedo and takes it for a ride.
Go ahead.
Super relatable.
Go ahead.
The shots are all... The rocket is where his dick goes.
I don't get it.
Kron's dick comes up to his face.
Yeah.
When he lays down at night,
super relatable stuff, dude.
Kron's big old dick.
Mm-hmm. See?
Now,
Other people are talking about it.
They call this, what, a triple or a double A? An AA missile?
Yeah,
My dick's like a D-cell missile. It's like fucking massive. It'll run like a cop's flashlight.
Like a scalded dog.
This is a torpedo, not a missile.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought torpedoes were underwater missiles.
No, it's a torpedo.
Okay.
Gosh. I gotta cover piranha next time.
Bones, I think they're the same.
The senator finally notices that they might be in
Torpedo
trouble.
is to missile as hot dog is to what?
Sandwich. Spence struggles with the torpedo and finally turns it in a different direction just in the nick of time. The goons that launched the torpedo, they notice that the torpedo is coming towards them. Classic Thunder in Paradise.
Yeah, does he do this with like two big magnets? Is that what he has in his hands to like steer it off course?
Yeah. Those just come standard on Thunder.
Magnets, bitch.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the physics of how is he manipulating, because obviously the torpedo has its own little rudder, right? Like propulsion. But he's not only is he strong enough to hold on to it, he's apparently strong enough to create enough.
Yeah, I think it implies he has enough arm strength that by holding two magnets, he can move the torpedo off of its course.
Yeah.
He's lifted up a tree. He's lifted up an armored door.
I know he's strong. I accepted that. I was just thinking it could have been cool if he had like a cable attached to him or something, right? And he jumps on and he's the one holding it, and then Brew like moves Thunder and they kind of like slingshot the thing. But I didn't write it. I wasn't there on the day.
Should we start carrying magnets around? Like
you don't?
Oh,
what a dipshit, Dave!
Jesus Christ, it's an everyday carry, bro.
I got the sand in my pocket at all times, just not the magnets.
My go bag is nothing but magnets. I could fucking pull the Earth off its axis, dude. I mean,
I go through a new cell phone every fucking week. Back at Volkov's hideout, he's informed that the goons are abandoning ship and mentions a case.
Is this after he's made out with the snake?
He's into this snake.
Yeah, he's like, I'm trying to milk this fucking thing and you guys keep interrupting me.
There's a part where he drapes that snake over a little rocket model, and at first I thought their plan was they were going to fly a snake to the senator. They're going to bite him.
Or irradiate a snake to Godzilla size and send that to Washington. That's not above this show.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spaceship he puts it on.
They would have done it if they had the budget.
That was the first draft, and they were like, let's aim a little lower.
Uh-oh, brother, we got a Reptilius Maximus. Giant snake detected.
Do we have a laser for this?
Using thermal to identify. Reversing polarity, looking for cold blood.
Brew, get your magnet. The snake's loose.
Sorry, Thunder's hot right now. All right, he says once this case sinks, no one can open it. Spence makes it back to Thunder as a torpedo blows up the enemy ship. And of course, the case sinks to the bottom of the deep, not so deep ocean that we've seen in every episode.
Yeah, the ocean is only 30 feet deep in the world of Thunder in Paradise.
It's the same pool that they've been using all fucking season.
Shut the fuck up. It's not a pool, dude.
Hey, you'd think those... No, never mind. I don't want to make that joke.
You should make that joke, Kron.
I was just going to say, you'd think those guys in the Titan submersible could have just swam back up.
Easy peasy.
It's not too soon, Kron. I'm pretty sure I made a much worse joke the week of, so you're good, buddy.
You can make all of the submarine Titanic jokes you want. I don't care.
It wasn't the timing. It seemed like I was being rude to those billionaires that died down there.
Shame on you.
I'm trying to get in good favor with people like that.
I mean, that's the same thing as the person that's like, I got bit by a shark.
I don't know. You could just be hanging out at the beach and get bit by a shark.
If you go into a submarine,
I think that's a lot riskier.
I think they're slightly different, Dan. I think they're slightly different.
Especially if the guy holds up a PlayStation controller and is like, this is how we're going down there.
Exactly. And you're surprised that you self-imploded? You shouldn't be.
I don't think they had time to be surprised. From my understanding, it was boom, gone, mush, fucking vapor.
Yeah, when you can see your brain shooting out of your mouth, it's probably pretty quick.
Yeah.
As I don't do this often.
Whereas bitten by a shark is fucking would be brutal.
You get what you get, and people
you're probably
get what they
already
deserve.
sunburned.
I mean, sorry.
Mad at your children.
Back to your point, though, Dan. Getting bit by a shark is a lot different than that.
I mean, I'm just saying, you expect that something could go wrong. If you get into the ocean, something can go wrong.
Oh, that's the point you're making, Dan. You're saying if you're fucking around and going in their territory and you get bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Still slightly different, but I understand your point.
I think
Thank you, Bones. Thank you.
I think it's reasonable to go to the beach and think I will not get bit by a shark today.
You're a brave motherfucker.
It's just numbers. There are more people that have gone into the ocean and not been bitten by sharks than have.
Where is the line, though? Because if you die in a car wreck, by the logic, you could say, well, you should have been fucking driving.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I don't think every single time I get in my car that I am going to get in a wreck.
No, I'm arguing your point. Like, where's... Like, I sort of agree with you. Like, we've established that you should be allowed to go swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're shark hunting, fucking fair game, buddy.
Yeah, or if you, like, wear a suit made out of meat into the ocean.
Which is just the human body.
And you start chumming the water around you.
I'm just saying.
Kron is so into skeletons that the human body is just a meat suit to him.
Nobody should be upset when that shit happens. That's all I'm saying.
I think you can feel bad for the people.
Mm-mm.
I think you could say, you know what? But I would say that for anybody that went skydiving and died. Like all these crazy things.
No.
But also at the same time.
I think if you get bit by a shark, though, it's like, wow, dude, that sucks. That's like 1 in 3 million. Whereas it's like those guys who went down in the sub, it's like, I don't know, dude, that's like 1 in 36 at this point. So you were rolling the dice.
Snake eyes. We cut to Spence and Brew back at their place where Jessica and Uncle Edward are watching the news about the attack on the senator.
Hey, he's back.
Back with a vengeance. 2 episodes. Spence says that in the interview that they're going to go to Disney World to celebrate. Jessica asks if they're really going to do this. Spence says that I just basically said that in the moment, but maybe. Edward asks more about the attack on the senator, but
Isn't Jess like, we should do it because we've never gone there together before? That implies that one of them has gone to Disney solo, I guess.
I thought they just kind of lived there.
Well, yeah, technically it's like 2 blocks west. I see what you're saying, Kron. Maybe Spence went with his previous family.
With that motorcycle lady that was in one episode.
That was his girlfriend.
What a bummer. What a bummer. Or his fiance, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, because she gave him the ring back, and then he gave it back to her on a necklace. And then at the end, she took it off.
You can never trust a lady that rides a motorcycle.
Those two got such a toxic relationship, dude.
Edwards, he starts asking more questions about the attack on the senator, but they basically tell him they can't really talk about it. Brew gets caught up in a classic Disney song, but also starts giving the details about the Russian torpedo used in the attack as he does this. Back at the scuttlebutt, Brew is doing some research on the torpedo when 2 lovely ladies ask him to go jet ski. He says no, so the girls give all their attention to Spence.
Not one of these women is Kelly or Allison, women that have been established.
Was Kelly in these episodes?
Kelly's in neither episode.
But Trelawney is back.
Yeah, we get Trelawney for 30 seconds.
No, I think maybe because doesn't Spence say get somebody he says, Kelly, get this guy a drink or whatever.
I swear he says like VJ or something.
Does he?
Yeah, he doesn't say Kelly's name.
Ah, fuck. I tried. I pay attention sometimes. I really do. These girls did take a picture with Spence because they see him on the news. Brew realizes that he's just a sidekick at this point and tries to make a nickname up for himself. Spence gets a phone call from some dude inviting him for a free trip to Disney. He accepts the invite. Spence and Brew talk some more details about the attack on the senator. Brew tells Spence to go have fun at Disney World while he does all the work. I mean, that happens. Back at
the Disney call scene is crazy. It's like they clearly were padding for time. They go back and forth of like, I think it's a joke, brother. And then like Brew has to talk to him, and then they give the phone back to Spence. It could have been if Freakin' had directed this, it would have been a 5-second scene.
Yeah, but what was it, Mickey or Goofy on the phone?
Cool. I say all the news. You save the day.
I was going to try to do a Donald Duck, but
Gosh.
Jesus.
What the fuck? A bird of paradise just flew into the podcast.
Spence has big biceps. Brew fucks the ship. Are we going to come up with a name for this character?
Donald Pterodactyl? I don't know.
All right, back at Volkov's hideout. He takes a look at his computer. A goon comes in, updates him on the attack on the senator, but Volkov is ready to move on with something else. He tests out a weapon, which is just a giant laser, and apparently you can see it from outer space. He seems very pleased with this.
I did get a kick out of the fact that he warns everybody. He's like, we're just going 10%. This is just a test for calibration. Okay. And they calibrate and they can complete the test. And he's like smiling and like nodding with his henchmen and stuff. It was like kind of sweet. You know, normally your big bads are all stoic and shit, but he's letting everybody kind of enjoy the moment. Like, you know, everybody put in the work. Good job.
This is a villain that cares about his goons.
That's really refreshing.
Yeah. Man of the people.
Yeah. And Dan, I would say that this thing is too big to constitute just a hideout. I think I'd call this a lair, right?
Yeah, aren't they in like
I'll
a
give it to you.
nuclear reactor?
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks super
It's
weird.
it's at least a compound.
It looks like a nuclear reactor, but then they put like a little piece to make it look like, oh, now it's artsy.
Yeah, they painted it. I mean, they gave it, it's not that industrial gray. I mean,
Yeah, dude. It's just your mid-century styling.
Yeah, they got some like teals, some pinks going on around there.
I mean,
Yellow catwalk.
According to Oliver Stone, the only way to stop global warming is nuclear. So why not make it look pretty? Oliver?
Yeah, like I'm going to trust the guy that made Joe Pesci look like a wax figure.
So you finished JFK?
No, I don't know if I made it 20 minutes into JFK. Are you kidding me? The movie is unwatchable, Dan.
You guys know what? We got a 5-star banger coming up.
Didn't Friedkin say it himself? Fuck Oliver Stone and fuck Alexander.
He said Alexander.
Yeah,
Maybe
was that Oliver
maybe we should do JFK.
Oh,
Who directed Alexander?
Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then he did say fuck Oliver Stone.
Yeah. He says fuck him and fuck Alexander.
Yeah.
Because he said that physical media or Blu-ray wasn't going to last or something.
Well, he said the discs will like rot in 10
degradate
years.
or something.
Like they won't, you can't use them anymore.
It's like, how the fuck does he know that?
And how's that different from film?
Oh, yeah, maybe with the fans should look forward to a JFK 5-star banger here in the coming weeks.
No. It's a 7-hour episode,
Yeah.
dude.
It's a 7-hour movie. I mean,
It's a 3-hour movie.
it's too long. It's too long to be a 5-star.
Don't tell me what I can do with my 5 stars, Kron.
5 stars got to be under 255.
That's not a rule. All right, we cut to a music video of Spence and Jessica having a blast at Disney World. Take your kids, take your parents. Yay, yay.
Is this a Tom Petty song that they're playing? Like, it's
Yeah.
round and round with the circle of love.
You listened to
Shit.
it more than I did.
I pay attention. I'm locked in.
You know what I was thinking in the shower tonight? You know how
No, I have no idea.
like
No.
you know how there's that like Hollywood Horror Nights or whatever? I think at Disney they should display Walt's frozen corpse for all of October.
Walt Disney, a famous Missourian.
Put his corpse up. Let people look at it.
There's nothing left, man.
He's frozen. Everything's left.
Wasn't he a fucking Nazi like sympathizer as well for like a moment? And then they're like, yeah, no, you can't do that.
I
Or was
don't
that
know.
Ford?
Anything
I
I
don't
know.
fucking remember.
Anything I know about him was from that fucking Tom Hanks movie.
I mean, he's like a super shitty dude. He basically just stole every single story and then fucked up all the copyright laws in America to where they last like a super long time now. So he could protect all of his stolen work.
So he's Elvis.
Well,
Yeah, no.
don't you be talking about me, Dan.
Watch out, man. I know karate.
You goddamn bloodsucker.
I want to go to Europe. Back at the scuttlebutt. So the European people never got to see Elvis live.
Not unless they came here, dude. People used to have a reason to come here.
Yeah. I mean,
That's insanity.
only a few select people in America got to see the Beatles live.
I mean, I'm sure there's a
Yeah,
shit.
but Elvis is way better than the Beatles.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I think he just like hung out in Vegas too forever, right? So there's like for a huge chunk of his career, he was not like touring America.
He's acting too. Well, they say he was a really good actor, but they wouldn't let him. Well, I can't remember. Those other podcasts, but
I couldn't finish the fucking movie, so I have no. I mean, that is the defining information, right?
I finished, but it took like 3 days.
There's no deviation. I mean, that's like fucking cold and calculating.
Not bad though. It was all right. Kron, you went to the Cineplex, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw it in the theater, dude.
Right on.
It's fucking. I wore my white jumpsuit.
Did karate in the aisle?
Yeah.
Back at the Scuttlebutt, Brew and Edward talk about It's a Small World.
This is Maverick. Get the fuck out of here.
This is the second time this week you fucking snuck in here. Brew asks Edward about his old Navy days and asks about Volkov's past. Edward pretty much says he's a bad dude. Brew thinks this is the man behind the Senator's attack. We cut to Edward and Brew on Thunder. They are arguing. Brew dives the area that the attack took place, and what do you know, he finds a case that sunk earlier in the episode and brings it to Thunder. Brew opens the case to reveal a bomb, of course. Brew throws the case into the air just as it explodes, preventing Thunder from blowing up.
I did like that Edward got some agency by telling him, I wouldn't open that. Like, that's definitely a bomb. Because he's been sort of
Edward,
a buffoon up until this point.
You guys believe that that Hammerhead, Hulk, and Brew made it through Navy SEAL training?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
The characters, yeah, I believe that these fucking wild men made it through.
I don't think you could.
Hair on Hulk Hogan's head.
I don't think after graduation you could treat your superior like that either, though. So
I was confused on who was in charge.
Well, they
They
walk up to a guy first and start like, I don't know, like jabbing with him, and they're doing the fucking thing. But I think that guy's like their
rip him.
Yeah, they're doing rip-ems at him. But I think that guy was like their higher up. And he's just like, oh, you crazy kids. It's like, I don't know if that shit would fly.
I think there's something about when you're on the grounds or when you're in that training or even when you get through it, there's a certain level of respect that despite your rank, like you're a part of that. Which is what
level above everything else.
Which is what we're talking about the next fucking episode.
I know.
But Hammerhead, because Hammerhead is just like enlisted. He's just like so that's his little point to them about like, I'm ordering you 2 lieutenants. Like, I'm just a little quartermaster that we're going to go out and get fucked up. Like, there's a level of respect that's like, despite our rank, we made it through this. Because
it's like when fans are like, 5D Army, and I'm like, yeah, but we're on like officer level.
Yeah, I'm usually like, oh, he's got a gun.
Got a duck again. All right, Edward has
to be fair,
nickname as well.
You give me the gun and tell me to keep you safe, Kron. So the fact that you keep getting me tackled is kind of annoying.
This pisses Brew off. They check out what they find in the case. Brew seems concerned. Back at Disney, Thunder rolls in to surprise Spence and Jessica
with the circle of love.
That's a good way to bypass all the ticket prices and shit. Brew takes what he found in the case to Spence, who was on Splash Mountain at the time. Brew hops on the ride as well to show Spence what they found.
They're
Brew and
alone.
Spence,
They're alone on the ride.
well, he's getting the special treatment.
I thought it was a weight issue. Like,
Well, I feel like you'd have to have
Too heavy, brother. We don't
you'd
need
have to have
extras.
the last like 5 rows filled up to counterbalance.
well, he's heavy, but he's bloated. So
This is the only log that rolled down the fucking thing. I'm bloated, brother. Brew and Spence, they take off to save the day once Spence sees what Brew has brought him.
The shot
Jess-
of him waving at Jess as they're getting ready to leave is so fucking stupid. He's got
love
the
you.
goofiest grin on his
Yeah.
face.
he wouldn't go unless it was absolutely necessary. I know. This poor girl.
What a fucked up childhood. Like her in college is like, I wish my dad was a lawyer. My dad used to get on a fucking boat with a weirdo and go to Cuba to save people.
She's not going to college. She's
You
going
don't
to play.
think so?
No, she's going to play the. No, I'm not saying.
She's going to fucking Florida State, bro. What are you talking about?
I'm saying she's going to have that personality of, you need me here to keep after you, and I've learned all this from you. I don't need to go to college,
This sounds like a drama you're going to direct.
A one-man stage play.
Cut to the Scuttlebutt, an open beach bar, South Florida.
Jessica, who is now 36. One son.
A 72-year-old woman named Trelawney, or so we thought, serves bar. All right, do the voice.
It's your show, dude.
Oh, okay.
It's your
I
one-man
thought I was
show.
directing it. You're telling me it's a one man? No, okay. Then Trelawney's cut.
Again. Damn it. Jessica's not happy about her dad leaving. Back at Volkslof's place, he's preparing his laser. He's going to blow up the spaceship as it launches with this laser. Brew and Spence show up at Volkslof hideout.
Fucking
They
Dr.
sneak-
No, am I right?
The what?
Nothing. It's a Bond reference. Move on.
Halfway through. We have to have it. It's part of the show now.
Mm-hmm. I have a checklist of things I got to do. I've already interrupted both of you. Got a Bond reference in.
That's what the show's all about.
Mm-hmm. Kron, you've already got a dick joke in.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan, you were at your burp quota, so you're good to go. Let's count as burps.
They sneak in through the top of the hideout as fucking usual. That's what they've done all season. Spence makes his way down and Brew handles all the techie stuff. Spence makes his way through the hideout, taking out a number of goons. He bends a machine gun barrel with his bare hands. That's new. 2 minutes till launch. Volkov says
I would have
he
loved
will
to have
be
seen
famous and rich for this.
the goon that picks up that gun and then shoots himself because the bullet goes. That'd have been awesome.
Oh, that would have been so funny.
That would have
Shoots-
bumped
his
us
fucking-
up 2 stars.
Head explodes like a
Yeah.
cantaloupe.
Spence continues his way through Volksof's lair by taking out more goons. He is spotted and they open fire. Spence fights off more goons as he's caught. He gets caught as usual. Brew tries to make contact with Spence and decides to move into action when he can't reach him. Volksoff tells Spence to watch what's going to happen. Brew scales down the side of this laser like Del Toro in The Hunted. Not really. He detects the laser, or he deflects the laser into the hideout, causing major damage with a piece of metal. The space shuttle takes off with no issues. Brew is all right. We cut to Brew and Spence watching the news about the space shuttle launch, and Spence gives him the nickname Martin the Trash Can Brubaker. But the trash can is not a fan of his new nickname. Gentlemen, episode 19 of Thunder in Paradise.
Wow, that was a cron level plot synopsis, dude. Good job.
I think it's kind of a cool nickname.
Agreed.
I think maybe Trash Man would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a level of alphaness to that where trash can is like neutral.
Still a man.
Yeah.
I think in The Stand, that book, there's a character named the Trash Can Man. And he's fucking crazy. He's fucking burning the whole country. So it's alpha as hell, dude.
Does The Stand have to do with Jesus?
I don't know, man. I read the first third of it, which was cool. And then the second third gets real religious real quick. I don't think it's like Jesus, but it's definitely like a good versus evil story. But the first third is just like, there's this crazy disease that kills off, I think it's like 98% of the population. That part of it's cool. And then it definitely turns into like, there's like a God character and a devil character and shit. I'll get back to it one day.
I always see it and it's like 800 pages and I'm like, yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of 800 pages, let's take a pee break. Welcome back, everybody, to the box set. We just finished episode 957, Thunder in Paradise.
Feels like it.
Whew. No, it was 19, called Blast Off. Not a bad episode. I kind of enjoyed that one. We are going into episode 20 now. That one's called Dead Reckoning. Do not get that confused with the new Mission Impossible movie. But if you have a choice between episode 20 of Thunder in Paradise and the new Mission Impossible, well, I think I would choose the new Mission Impossible.
Maybe you should put the episode name in the description, and maybe that'll help.
Part
It'll
one.
be like,
Yeah, just call it like 5 Day Rentals covers Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Get like 500 fucking...
Yeah, if that. People are off Dead Reckoning, dude.
Are they already?
Yeah, they're still on Barbie.
I might say that Barbie might be the best movie I've seen so far in 2023. But I have not seen a lot of movies in 2023, so... I mean, I have, but not from the year of 2023.
Yeah. But you're progressive as hell, though. So, I mean, that's just you. Like, you're
I
cool.
recycle and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Do you compost?
What?
Do you compost?
No. You do, though.
I do. I compost enough for the three of us. Don't you worry, dudes.
I'm going to start sending you my shit.
Mm-hmm. Million bucks of trash.
You can't put shit in it. You can't put shit or fat.
That's all I got to mail, dude.
That's all I got, man. That's all I got left.
Just fucking the liposuction bags from Fight Club full of your piss and shit.
It's my life. I'm just fucking fat and I'm taking all kinds of shit from every angle.
I'll mail you out some coffee grounds and banana peels or something.
I'll throw an apple in there. Episode 20 of Thunder in Paradise is called Dead Reckoning. And we start off with basically the only villain that we've had through this whole thing almost. Hammerhead.
We just had Dr. Wily in the previous episode.
Yeah, but he really didn't fucking... Did they even catch him? Like, what did he send him to see Quentin? I don't...
We had a Predator. We had a Sultan.
Yeah, but we never seen him.
We've had multiple villains, dude.
But not one that is as meaty, as hunky, and as good looking as Hammerhead.
A nemesis in a way.
A real heel. Maybe.
Do you know what nemesis means?
He's loading up a suicide vest.
A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent, in this case, a horrible cunt, me. Sorry, I couldn't let that
go through without finishing it. That's why I chose to move on. But here we are.
Hey, if I'm anything, I'm the fucking dead weight anchor of this podcast.
Join us next week for a 5-star banger of JFK. He's loading up a suicide vest
JFK.
and having some flashbacks of Brew and Spence shooting at him. That's weird. He clips it on and has some more flashbacks. This time he's getting electrocuted. We cut to the scuttlebutt. Thank goodness.
I thought the electrocution stuff might have just been for sexual pleasure.
What kind of sexual pleasure are you into there, Kron?
I'm not into it, but if you're telling me there's not some guy out there shocking himself while he jerks off, you're out of your mind.
Are you shocking yourself while you're jerking
I just said I'm not doing it. I do normal stuff with my giant cock, dude.
You name off an activity, somebody's out there doing it while they jerk off.
Mm-hmm.
They're figuring it out.
Soccer.
Karan, to your point, though, the first time I watched this, the editing did almost make it seem like he was electrocuting himself to like get amped for whatever mission he was planning. It didn't have the same vibe as the flashbacks. It was cut in a way like, oh, I got my C4 belt figured out. Now I can shock myself.
Guys, I did the plot on this episode, and I still don't know where the electrocution stuff fits in. I'm like,
I got you. I'll explain it.
Why do we have this?
He's just into it sexually.
Yeah, he
might be. He
went
right
to like a prostitution den or something. I'm not sure what the cool name for them in Vietnam was, and turned out to be a.
We can't just say whorehouse.
There we go. I couldn't think of
prostitution den.
Yeah, I'm trying to be as politically correct.
The red light district.
A bunny ranch, if you will. Yeah.
They get my rocks off house. I think whorehouse is an acceptable term.
Mm-hmm.
Sex worker house?
Yeah.
Sex worker home.
You can roll down your car window and yell whore at people. There's no issue.
That's still acceptable? Okay.
I applaud you for trying, though.
Listen, I'm trying to do my best to be conscious about it. So and I'm speaking for all of us, when we go off the rails, we have something to balance us out. To be like, hey.
I guess it would be sex worker palace.
There we go.
The levels don't add up. Nate Hands comes on and just immediately we're negative. We're in the negative.
I think the people that are really reactive to that stuff, they're going to catch on. What they're going to say is, Bones, it's not a prostitution den or a whorehouse. It's a sex worker sanctuary, right? Or it's a body positive way station. I don't like. It's going to have some sort of weird combination of prostitute and location. Like, did whorehouse come from warehouse?
I mean,
Like, is that what that's from?
Warehouse came from whorehouse.
Okay.
it
got a
is the
lot of-
oldest profession. I mean,
Okay.
Got a lot of lumber here, Bill, like a whorehouse. Oh, it's got a little warehouse.
and no matter what politically correct thing we're supposed to say, whorehouse sounds the best. It just rolls off the tongue. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we got a buddy who does the best little whorehouse in Philly. That's his show. George talks about all the best whorehouses in Philly and gives reviews. You should check out his show.
I've been
It's
saying
great.
it wrong this whole time,
Yeah.
and he has not corrected me. What a nice guy to just like let it roll right off of him.
that's
I
why
did a whole episode on fucking Zodiac and he didn't say shit.
That's why our episodes are the lowest downloads. People
Well-
are like, "Oh, they're talking about a fucking movie again."
To be
Like, these
fair,
fucking idiots.
Kron, you and I, our movies were not very kind to sex workers. So
Who's?
Crown and
Castle-
Bones is.
Castle Freak
I mean-
and American Psycho are not.
I mean, mine has.
I mean,
Mine's got whores in it, dude.
mine was not very kind to taxi workers.
Mm-hmm. Those are called blowjob vessels, or I don't know what's new woke.
Cum mobile.
They're called toot wagons or some shit. You know, like I don't know what the current.
We cut back to the scuttlebutt.
Listen, it's a gig economy, and if you got to sell your body to make rent, do what you got to do. 5DR supports you.
Whatever you do, wherever you are, we support you. Cut back to the scuttlebutt where Brew talks to. All right, what the fuck is this guy? Is it Jock?
I don't know. It's some fucking beach hipster, dude.
I don't know. I think it's Jock. I think he's French, maybe.
We.
They talk about some changes that they made on Thunder. I think Brew hired him to make some changes on Thunder.
The Fjord.
And it might have. Did it have to do with the shocking thing?
No, it has to do with the fuel comp, like the mixture of the fuel.
Oh. Anyway, he seems very fucking nervous.
Yeah, this French guy's like, I had to pump your semen out of the fuel tank.
Yeah.
And no wonder it's not working.
And Brew's like, no, I want you to put an additive that will take my semen out because what I'm not doing is not ejaculating in my boat. Do you understand?
Is there a baby Thunder in there?
This is 15% spermicide.
Well, there was a half baby Thunder, half Brew, and it looked like the fucking end of the Fly. So
It
I'm
shattered
sorry,
out into the
Mr.
ocean.
Brew, but your fuel is too leaded, if you know what I mean.
Brew warns Jock that it better work. It's Jessica's birthday, and she's making sure. It's Jessica's birthday, and Hulk is making sure that he has a special. Or no, she's making sure that Hulk Spence has his special medallion on before they go out on this mission here. Spence and Brew.
Is this where they're talking, Spence and Brew, and they're watching Jess like run around with a bunch of beach babes?
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, she's grown up so much."
Yeah, one of those beach babes is going to have some bruises. She was knocking herself in the chin, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
They were boxing.
Yeah. Yeah. She could get a work at any sort of fuck facility, if you know what I mean. Easy.
Did you call it a fuck facility?
Yeah. Hit us up in the Discord with your whorehouse alternatives.
All right, I got a note here that I don't understand. Spence and Brew go after a regenerated sub?
Yeah, they get it. They get some bullshit mission where they're just going after something that they're supposed to just do some recon on something.
Renegade. I think that's what I meant.
Okay.
Renegade submarine. There we go. Thunder alerts.
The meatballs are rolling off my sandwich, Brew. Track them down.
Hey, we slice our own meat now.
We do or they do? Who are you talking about?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Subway. Thank you for sponsoring us this week.
Mm-mm.
You guys eat Subway?
A few times a year. There's one not far from me, so
Special occasions for bones.
yeah. It truly is. It's like I did like yard work or something all day and Sam's not home. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gross. Let me hop in the truck and I'll go down and get a veggie patty.
I'm hitting Jersey Mike's if I'm getting a sub.
It's just too far away from me. It's like
I got
not
one,
worth it.
I got one not too far.
Hell yeah. I love a Jersey Mike's. You get it Mike's way?
Hell yeah, dude. Is there any other way?
I wish.
The Jersey way.
Not for me.
Where they drop it on the ground
It's
first.
a turd. They put a turd on your sandwich.
They kill you on a beach. And
Too soon, dude.
Dan, you're a Domino's oven baked sandwich guy, right?
I'm a calzone Pizza Hut guy.
Careful.
Jimmy John's closest to me, so that's usually. I wish we had a Jersey Mike's, honestly. But yeah, Subway.
The bummer the bummer with the other two is like there's no vegetarian protein.
With
You know.
yeah, I guess Jimmy John's is just.
They give you a little bit more provolone and avocado, but at Subway also you can add an egg white.
Jersey Mike's, does it have a good veggie or no?
you could just bring your own eggs from home.
Yeah. Where do I cook them though? Do I just put the whole egg on the sandwich and just break
They're
it?
already cooked.
Okay.
You got a plastic bag full of.
Just crack them on my dash.
Yeah.
Let them cook in the sun on the way there.
Or you just ask the guys to throw them in the big oven back there.
Yeah. As far as I know, like the Jersey Mike's vegetarian sandwich is just vegetables and cheese, but it's good.
If you're going to a fast food joint, where are you going for the best? What's the best thing?
Are you asking me? Like vegetarian wise?
like veggie.
Taco Bell.
Okay.
You can make anything vegetarian at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
They'll fucking do it.
They're not happy about it.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
They roll their eyes, but
Yeah.
they know where the black beans are.
But
I didn't know if he was going like Impossible Whopper or whatever, you know.
That's super. The Impossible Whopper is super rare because they cook it on
The meat
on the grill. Yeah. So I got to be really craving it or there's nothing else around because I'm going to pay the price later.
Poopies?
Yeah. I don't have that carnivore biome anymore. Kron knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a little bit of transition back.
Yeah. You could do it.
I made it this far.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys been just like fast fooding it or ordering out?
No, what do we do? I've just been making like a bunch of extra food, honestly, and then you can just throw it in the oven or microwave or, you know. So it's like cook on Monday and then you've got through Wednesday covered.
Yeah. Some summer chili. I did it last week. Made a giant batch of chili. Had it throughout the week.
It's a bowl of water with a kidney bean in it.
Mm-hmm. Big on flavor.
It's been in there for 2 days. It's all right. Thunder gets an alert.
You let that bean soak. It gets massive,
right,
man. It's like one big bean.
Yes, soaks up that water.
Soaked up all the water.
Yeah.
Spence says that he's on a kamikaze mission. The sub hits Thunder and causes some damage. Spence goes after the sub captain and finds out that it's fucking Hammerhead, his arch nemesis. A failsafe is activated and causes Brew some damage, and Thunder takes off all alone.
The airlock thing that Hammerhead puts himself in is interesting. It's like a covert underwater air bubble thing, I guess. So, like, I guess the point being you wouldn't escape and be, out on the open water, but it creates like a little biosphere underneath.
I was going to say a little mini
diving bell. Oh, yeah. Fitting.
Spence, being the beautiful man that he is, brings Hammerhead to the surface and notices that Brew is missing as well. But we faintly hear Brew, Spence. And he's barely holding on to the rescue raft that has been deployed, but has some gnarly damage to his leg. Brew is mad that he fucked up this whole situation and tells Spence that Thunder went into failsafe mode and no one knows where they are and they're out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Spence shows Brew that Hammerhead is in the raft, which is like an oh fuck moment. A 3-man party in a 2-man raft. I believe that's what Spence says. Spence helps out Brew with his fucked up leg. Brew tells Spence that about an Alaskan fishing trip with his dad back in the day, while Spence tries to fix his leg there.
Lemon's a good actor, dude. He's a pretty good actor.
Isn't there a part in here where Spence is like, come on, buddy, you got to tell me like your old war stories, but like, didn't Brew have like severe PTSD? I don't know if you should have him relive that shit.
Well,
I didn't like that, Brew. Yeah.
Well, Brew was trying to be stoic and shit, and Spence says, come on, man, remember your training. Like, you got to show the pain. Like, lean into it. Mm-hmm. Like, start talking through it, do whatever. And he says, yeah, this reminds me of a story with my fishing with my dad. And he's like, yeah, old stories, the best sort of. I don't know if it's like, if he says like, yeah, tell me a combat story of your fucking time where you were locked for 8 months in a fucking bamboo cage.
Give me some of that PTSD.
Yeah. Come on, man. That was so much worse than this. Yeah. Just think about that and this will seem small.
As this goes on, Hammerhead wakes up and starts fighting Brew. Spence and Brew are able to tie Hammerhead to the raft. Hammerhead starts yelling about finishing his mission. Spence finally knocks Hammerhead out to stop all this. They lose their survival kit as all this chaos is happening.
The sound effects of the wrestling on the raft is so fucking funny. The plastic rub during the entire thing is so amplified.
It gets annoying at some points.
I think the Foley artist was just rubbing 2 balloons together.
It does.
Like, you'd hope.
Yeah. You use condoms if you want that big sound.
Do you blow them up or just actually put them on?
No. Well, you put rubbers over the balloons. You don't want them to transmit anything.
It's like you put the condom on and then you hold 2 balloons. And then you just go to town, dude.
You charge your cock with 2 balloons on each side. moving in an alternate pattern will create an electrical field. And that's how the microphone picks up the noise.
Please tell us on Discord how this all works out for you guys.
Yeah, all of our giant Foley artist community, feel free to chime in.
Back at the Scuttlebutt, Jessica's celebrating her birthday.
No,
Brew,
I think he took a Viagra, put on a condom, and then went down a slip and slide. That creates the best plastic on plastic effect.
Still the weirdest birthday I've been to.
Hold the microphone.
I'm working here.
Then all the dads tried to play horseshoe on my cock.
Nobody knows you, mister.
I'm working on a TV show, you idiot.
You guys ever heard of Tropic Thunder?
It's going to be big in 15 years.
Yeah. Ben Stiller's going to kill it.
All right, back at the Scuttlebutt, Jessica's celebrating her birthday. Brew and Spence are nowhere to be found, though. Thunder finally shows up.
Edward wants a piece of this cake immediately.
Do you blame him? I mean...
No. He's got so little time. He's old.
I think whenever we get that age, we'll just be like, well, is there going to be cake? No?
I mean, when you're that age, who gives a fuck what I'm eating?
Yeah. Is there alcohol? Will there be cake?
Yeah.
Can
Are there
I
chicks
go
in bikinis?
home in an
Yeah,
hour?
I'll go.
And then I'll steal something when I'm leaving. What are they going to do?
I'm going to do all kinds of fucked up shit when I'm like, if I make it to 70.
Oh, you going bad grandpa?
Oh, yeah. There's just... Fuck it, dude.
It's cool. We got a name for that now.
The fuck you gonna do to me? I'll sleep in county jail? Sure. Why not?
Spend every afternoon at the fuck facility.
Mm-hmm.
The sex workers lounge.
Back in my day, you want to know what we called this? Shut up, Kron.
What did I tell you about talking to those children like that?
Here, hold that microphone. I'm working on a thing.
All right, Brew and Spence, they don't show up. Edward and Jessica, or Thunder does show up, but Brew and Spence are not on it. Edward and Jessica get on board and find no one. Jessica thinks it's her fault. Edward gets with Jock to find out where the guys were. Edward and Jessica decide to go find them. Well, Edward's going to go by himself, but Jessica convinces him that it's her fault and she needs, I don't know, mental stability or some shit. I don't know. They set off to go find Brew and Spence. Edward takes the lead here. Jessica starts running Thunder.
I think that because in this scene, it's like he's like, all right, let's go. And he touches the steering wheel and gets shocked. Right? I think he could have done this earlier. I think he should have stepped up on Thunder, got fucking shocked.
We couldn't jump in the water.
Jumped in the water. Yeah. And then Jessica go like, no, Thunder has security features you won't be able to. Because it's not really believable that Edward's just like, yeah, remember that one time I took you to England and lost you? Yeah, let me take you out on the open water as well.
Jessica does start running some of the features on Thunder here, and they get on their way. She even activates everybody's favorite thing, which is...
Hyperspeed.
Yes. Good job, guys.
The boat's one feature that has a robot voice and hyperspeed.
Hyperspeed.
I mean, It has the ability to look up anything you tell it to.
It can track maybe a medallion.
Yeah. But what it can't track is the biometrics of it, the two people that are in it the most.
Or their voices. Back on the raft, Spence is trying to figure out what the fuck is happening with Hammerhead. He is awake and says he's going to finish the mission. Spence is coming to the realization that Hammerhead might be brainwashed. They start asking him old SEAL questions. Hammerhead starts to fight Brew. He's like, yeah, guys, it all started with that movie, The Sail. It's a SEAL movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
And he's right.
We moved on.
That's how that kid got all messed up, dude.
Dude, that Sail is a SEAL movie.
Fucking SEAL fucked his whole world up.
Kron, do a SEAL category, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Write that down.
Andre. That's the only one I can think of.
You just have to find something set out in San Francisco, right? Like, you got a bunch of SEALs and shit that hang out on the beach.
Oh, we'll just escape from Alcatraz. That's a Trapped movie too, though. Fuck.
That was an off-pod conversation.
Yeah, I edit that out. 1 hour 30.
I'm not editing this fucking thing. This is we're knocking this fucking box set out and moving on. So
no one's listening anyway.
Yeah,
so.
nobody's at this. They gave up on fuck facility, or if they made it to a boner being used for horseshoes, they were out.
Well, that's where they finished. So
I think that's where we reeled them back in.
Shut the rest of the pod off.
Oh shit.
Is that what people like about the like, what is the thing about this show?
Nothing. It's not a successful show.
Oh, I understand that, but I'm saying like the small amount of people like, is it just because we're nice and it's like they feel bad? So like they come in and be like, hey, good job. But
I think they skip around to find something to reference and then
nice
say, oh, this part was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody join the Discord. There's a link on every new episode that drops. Hammerhead's choking out Brew. I will say that I made notes, and every time I typed in Brew, it changed it to Bro. Uh-huh. And every time I typed in Thunder, it changed it to Tinder. Not sure why.
Those are your commonly used words.
Yeah.
I guess so. Tinder search for bros. Male
34 looking for a Tinder bro.
Let's meet up at a fuck facility.
That's a TEN Tinder, not a TIN Tinder.
Like legal tender.
Just, somebody's going to hug me. Not just want to fuck.
Okay. Like soft and gentle.
Yeah, kiss me. Really kiss me.
Dan, I think your Tinder bro is out there. You just got to find him.
I'll keep searching, All right, gentlemen, we are getting flashbacks from Spiderhole. That is the mission that we're getting flashbacks from. They decide to explain this 15 minutes into the episode. They come on strong. The three men were a Navy SEALs crew back in the day. So that's Brew, Spence, and Hammerhead. They all went through SEAL training together. Holy shit.
I did. I wholeheartedly loved this monologue that they give Spencer to read. I mean, this thing is 6,000 words.
Did you write it down?
No, I was hoping you would.
I did not. write any of this down.
I mean, he is telling Hammerhead as though Hammerhead is a person new to the TV show.
What's the command you gave us at Spider Hole when you turned on us? I did my job! You screwed your country! Remember it, man. Spider Hole. It turned out to be our last mission together. Man, we've been brothers from day one. From training right through the tours. We were different. We were always fused together by an act of faith. Faith in each other. We always told each other there was no such thing as a one-way mission. It's easy getting in, and there's always a way out. As long as we kept our cool. And there was no one cooler than us, man. We did 2 tours together. Over 100 missions. Spider Hole was nothing. A piece of cake. We had 3 ops in a row tougher than this one. Hanging Tree, Elo, Toy Sand, remember? This one was supposed to be textbook. We were on rescue to bring out Squadron Commander Haywood Floyd. Had his A6 shot out from under him. With all that intelligence in his head, HQ thought it important that we get him out before the enemy got to him. As I said, piece of cake. That is, until we found out you were the enemy. You were our brother. We trusted you.
Spider Hole was supposed to be an easy, in and out job, but shit went wrong. Spence says that Hammerhead turned into the enemy on that mission. The 3 men discussed the mission and everyone's jobs. They split up. Mission is all. They start taking enemy fire. They got to belly it out of there. But they've realized that there's a wire in front of them. Hammerhead wants to set off the bomb, but Brew and Spence say no, this will give away their position. Hammerhead says he doesn't give a damn about them and sets it off, then starts firing at them. Hammerhead escapes into the forest. Back on the raft, Brew says it was a setup. Hammerhead continues to try to fight Brew and Spence on the raft.
Kind of a bummer you never see the hole full of spiders, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You think it was a lot of spiders or one big spider?
I mean, to call it Spider Hole, it has to be pretty big.
I mean, it could be a small hole with a lot of little spiders.
Why would they need that much explosive for a small hole?
Because you want to make sure every single last one of those motherfuckers is dead.
They're Navy SEALs, dude. They come
I think
prepared.
it's one big spider.
I would hope it's one big spider. Yeah.
So this could be like 8-Legged Freaks 2? Or before?
Sure.
Has anybody seen 8-Legged Freaks? I never seen it.
No, I never watched it.
Kron?
No.
Okay.
Write it down.
We all agree.
What did you guys think of Hammerhead's I'm obviously brainwashed acting?
Not bad. I'd say Sting is a pretty good actor.
He might be a little bit better than Hogan, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
But he's so obviously up to something when they show him on this mission. Like his face, his eyes are all buggy, and he's saying Yahoo instead of Hoo-yah and shit.
Say
like,
it.
Come on, you got to die sometime, right? Right?
All right. Hammerhead continues to try to fight Brew and Spence on the raft. He says it was a takeout mission. And he's like, well, did you get the General Chicken?
It's good. Solid work, Dan.
I try, you know. This is a award-winning podcast.
I think the dead stare that the listener won't see is really what sold the joke.
I said that joke, and these two were not having it at all. So, if that makes anybody feel better.
You do realize during most of the record, you never look up.
Me?
You're like, yeah, you're almost always looking down or to the side. So particularly when you delivered that one, you just sort of stared off. It was good.
Thanks.
You're a funny guy.
It's not all just in the voice. It's also
It's performance
physical as well.
Yeah. I have a one-man show I think you'd be excellent for.
Let's get together sometime.
Mm-hmm.
We get a flashback of Hammerhead being shocked again. Apparently, according to Kron, this is for sexual reasons.
Yeah.
He lets Brew and Spence know that he has a bomb on his belt. Shit.
Also for sexual reasons.
Back on Thunder, Edward and Jessica continue to look for Brew and Spence. Edward explains Dead Reckoning to Jess.
The Mission Impossible movie. She didn't understand the vague ending.
And she's like, and this is coming out in 2023?
It wasn't vague.
Well, I haven't seen it. I was just, like when you ask someone to explain to you what happened at the end of a movie or something.
Well, we know that there's going to be a number 2.
Quite honestly, I think it's an excellent ending for a part 1.
Okay, I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Well, then quit judging it.
Then go see it.
I want to watch it.
Jeez.
Doesn't sound like it.
Trust your instincts is pretty much what it comes down to. Jess explains that...
Did you guys know that Edward won he was awarded the Naval Medal of Valor?
Yeah, I failed to mention that.
Yeah, the Queen gave it to him.
Yeah, remember that? That was the monster truck episode.
My notes here say that Jess explains that Bruce taught her all kinds of shit about Thunder. And I just can't help but thinking Bruce Springsteen maybe taught her Thunder Road on the guitar. No?
I was thinking Bruce the Shark from Jaws, but...
What the fuck would he know about Thunder?
He's a fucking water guy. What the fuck does Bruce Springsteen know about Miami
Thunder
Beach
Road?
life?
Tramps like us, baby. We were born to run. All right. Brew taught her all kinds of shit about Thunder.
Hey, way to reference the hit, Stan.
We just need a guy named Josh. Is it Jess? Josh?
Jaws?
Jaws? Joes?
Deep
John?
cut. Season 1 bullshit. Move on.
Juan. All right. Thunder. And she tells Edward about the system that reads something in the water. This is basically she's wanting to read the medallion that she gave Spence. Back on the raft, they get some bad weather that's moving in, of course. And the raft is taking on a lot of water.
Well, they are in a 3-foot pool, like 3x3. So it's really got to suck when the bad weather comes in.
Well, it's 2 grips outside of the tank pushing it back and forth, right? Like rocking it like their buddies taking a shit in a porta-john.
And rubbing the sides of the rubber so they can get the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Dumping a bunch of asbestos in there because it looks good on film.
It'll give the water a nice froth.
Spence wants to bring back Hammerhead to the real world and still thinks he's brainwashed. Brew tries to bring up some old basic training shit to see if Hammerhead remembers in order to snap him out of this. They explain how the SEALs were trained in brainwashing. Brew brings up Bangkok and that they were... This is where they think that he got brainwashed. So this was the night before Spiderhole, I think. Right?
Well, they figure it out because he says green face. He's calling them green face.
Mm-hmm.
And they say the only people that called us green faces were the Viet Cong. But then they also remember, or I think Brew remembers, that the ladies that work at the prostitution den also call them green faces. And they weren't allowed to go there anymore because it had been dinged as like a Viet Cong front or something. And he disappeared for a week before the mission, and they thought he was just on a bender, but he was there being sexually electrocuted.
Yes, and then we get flashbacks of Hammerhead being sexually shocked again. Hammerhead kicks Brew off the raft.
It's a hot episode.
Mm-hmm.
Back on Thunder, Edward and Jess continue to search for the boys.
How often are you guys sexually shocked? Like, that's another way of saying like, I've been awakened, right?
I mean, mine is like, oh shit, it's a Wednesday and I got laid. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you've been sexually shocked.
I was like, oh shit. Maybe life is worth living.
Well, that's because you've got to do something on the weekend now.
I got so much shit to do on the weekends.
Mine's when I'm putting the dog collar around my neck and it's got a little battery pack on the side of it.
You let out your little barks.
Mm-hmm.
Are you like a big dog? Or are you like a smaller dog?
Oh,
It's just about the electricity. It's not like a dog thing. It's just about the shocks.
Okay, I was just wondering.
When Kron starts howling, you better get a mop, dude.
I mean, but if you were gonna sleep with a dog, which
God
dog
damn,
would
dude.
it be? That's what we call a 1080, folks. A 1080.
Sure.
No one would get that joke.
I barely remember it. I brainwashed myself to forget that shit.
Yeah.
That was like Bones bringing up the dick sink joke.
Yeah, that's not even this podcast. That's 3, and I'm not saying like episodes ago, literally 3 podcasts ago.
I think that might be Monster Dog. That's when that joke came up.
What? Which dog you would fuck?
Yeah. Well, no, I think I asked what was the sexiest dog. I think.
I guess we're still waiting on an answer.
Kron still hasn't answered.
I'm never going to give you one because I don't find any of them
that's
sexy.
His podcaster secret.
Ah, come on. You're not looking hard enough, dude. Jess remembers Spence's lucky medallion. So she decides to make Thunder search for that. Back at the raft, it's taking a heavy hit by the storm. Spence and Brew continue to try and break Hammerhead from the brainwashing. Spence says the answer is time. We get a flashback from the Spider Hole mission when they sync their watches together, and that's when the trigger happened on Hammerhead, and that's when the shit hit the fan. Hammerhead says they were wrong, that they're wrong, and he activates the bomb on his belt. Spence says he has to sink it, the bomb. He grabs Hammerhead and Brew's hand all together and form the Brotherhood. And this starts to bring Hammer out of the brainwashing.
It's just their hands mashed together. They couldn't come up with a fucking cooler.
They're in a raft in a deadly storm.
They couldn't come up with a cooler 3-man fucking thing. It's just the hands piled on top of each other.
You know we're doing this the next time we're all in the same room together.
Yeah, well, I hope we have something better than what they came up with.
Well, figure it out. Draw us a fucking diagram.
Look like that.
Look at this thing.
Fucking...
Yeah, and you open it up.
Oh, where you do the finger vagina?
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be you stick a finger and there's a wiener.
Weenier. My handshake's weenier than yours.
You get that wiener away from me, dude. We get a flashback of the boys finishing up basic training in the SEALs. Look at all that hair that Hulk Hogan has.
You think this is the last thing they shot for Thunder in Paradise?
Is it real?
No.
Well, his hair is different and Hammerhead's hair is different. Hammerhead has like a black buzz cut.
Yeah.
You think this was the Crow sting, like right before it happened?
No, his hair's long.
Oh shit, that's true. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, he had
Not
like
always.
long, like at least like neck length kind of.
I thought he had a buzz cut for a while.
Did anybody see that like Kevin Nash is responsible for like Crow Sting?
Yeah,
No.
I think I did see that little clip.
Like he came
It's
up
like-
with it.
Yeah. He's like, hey man, you ever seen the Crow? Like you'd look fucking cool. Like
Oh, it might have been. I think it was Razor Ramon actually.
Scott Hall?
Yeah.
IRS?
No, that's a different guy.
That's a different guy.
He battled Big Boss Man a lot.
Who? IRS?
IRS, yeah.
It seems like those two would team up.
Yeah, they're both working for the man.
Yeah.
You think they would bring IRS back? Or like Thin Blue Line, maybe? Like that would be a good character.
I mean, he'd have to be a heel, right?
He'd be like
Get the people behind him.
the
Depends on-
son
otherwise.
of Big Boss Man, maybe?
Depends on the political leanings of the wrestling organization,
Ron.
I guess.
Absolutely true.
I mean, how do they not have like an ultra conservative like Trump like group?
Because it would grow inside of like the WWE. It would get so powerful. No, it would.
And Vince McMahon would be like, yes, money.
The same thing Trump did to the GOP, it would do to the WWE.
I think they didn't when it was the WWF, didn't they have like there was like at least people teamed up with Vince in the Attitude Era. Like
The
he had his
corporation?
own, yeah, the corporation. That kind of had to be like a right leaning.
Yeah, before it was cool though.
Yeah.
Before like basic white dudes were like, Trump's cool, he gets to say whatever he wants because I've never heard stand-up comedy before.
I think they were kind of like hillbilly wrestler characters at one point.
Well, that's just fun.
Yeah, that
I
is
mean,
fun.
You know, that's not spewing fake news.
The
Yeah, but
Dudley Boys are definitely voting for Trump, right?
No, Dudley Boys are cool.
You don't think so?
No. Dude, like, when they were in the ECW, didn't they used to come out and, like, rile up the crowd, like, openly mock the crowd? And they would, like, yell at people to show their tits and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I'm just saying that, like,
Just
I don't
because
know.
I tell people to show me their tits doesn't mean I vote Republican.
They weren't, like, evangelical Christians or anything. I mean,
Yes, they are.
they were not.
Hammerhead orders a night of drinking. We cut back to the raft. The breakthrough has worked, and Spence takes the bomb to sink it. He disappears under the water.
They were like, the Dudleys were above politics.
Dude, we got a big Dudley Boy supporter in here.
They were into tables and
Ladders and chairs.
yelling abortion jokes at people.
You know what I love more than tables, ladders, and chairs? Abortion.
I think there's a clip.
Hit him, Devon.
I think there's a clip where he like calls someone an abortion survivor and shit. They were kind of fucked up, to be honest.
I didn't know your history of the Dudleys ran so deep.
Oh, dude. Call me Cron Dudley, dude.
I was gonna say it's Bubba Ray and Devon.
Devon.
So you're the
And then
D-
there was Spike too.
you're the D-Cron Dudley.
Mhm.
All right, Karan Dudley. The bomb goes off and Spence is nowhere to be found, which causes some concern. But then he pops back up out of nowhere. The Brotherhood continues in the storm, just as Thunder arrives to save all the men. Jessica celebrates her birthday back at the Scuttlebutt the next day. Brew says that Hammerhead is getting help by the VA and should be back to normal anytime soon.
Happy day,
Jimmy
happy birthday,
Hart-
Jessica. Happy birthday to ya. Happy day, happy birthday, Jessica. You know that we all love you.
Jimmy Hart and his band sings Jessica's birthday song that Bones just recited.
Shit slaps, dude.
Smits gives Jessica a dirt bike. This is Hulk Hogan's wife,
Linda.
and they ride off together on their hawks. And that is the end of episode 20 of Thunder in Paradise: Dead Reckoning.
You did it.
We did it.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dkron Dudley.
You got it, buddy. Thanks, Bones.
Cron Dudley and Bones, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see how my new audio is set up. How much fucking
We'll be fine.
absolutely flunked.
Hey, it is Bones.
Please send help. Guys, one more Thunder in Paradise to go. Well, 2 episodes, but one more podcast sit down.
Wow, so close.
Guys, I'm up to something. Like I said, just we'll
Don't
see.
I don't want to do it.
Mm-mm.
We have to do it.
We don't have to do anything.
We have to do it.
Can
If
it
we-
just be
if
like
this
a
happens,
20 minutes? Let's just do like 20 minutes.
I'm going to
in and
say
out.
30. That's what I'm going to say.
Let's
3
call it
questions
25 minutes.
apiece. 9 questions. We're out. Okay?
I don't want to do like
Do you
rigid
like me?
questions.
Don't get our hopes up. Did you watch Barbie? Was it great? But yes, at least one more episode left. Bones, how are you feeling?
I'm sad, dude. I truly get bummed out. I get such a rush when you start the video and you get the
There's a hurricane a blowing
next on Thunder in Paradise. It's
under
like
the water.
old school. The theme kicks in, I get going, and then you get to the end, and that credit song starts. Boom, doop, doop, boop, doom, boop, doom. And yeah, by the time you get to the footage of the Disney resort and it says like shot on location here, I'm like, I'm done. I don't know what I can't look back anymore, man. It's such a bummer. It puts me in such a
You're
weird
also
place.
sitting in that wooden chair with that car battery hooked up to you.
Well, that's for
Sexual
other
purposes.
reasons. Yeah. I could do that independently of the Thunder in Paradise. But thank you for going on the journey, man. We're almost there. We have an idea for what the next box set will be. We're not going to announce it now. But I'm looking forward to it.
I think it should be, well, kind of like this one. Fun in the beginning and then a mental exercise in the end.
It won't take as long, which is a benefit.
That is true. That is true. That's all the clues we're going to give you.
Mm-hmm.
Karan, how are we feeling? 2 episodes left. Thunder in Paradise. Was it everything you wanted it to be? Did you learn anything?
It's like an immediate sense of dread every time that next time on Thunder in Paradise kicks in and you get that theme music. And I'm sitting in a wooden chair with a car battery hooked up to me. And even still, I'm bummed out.
Is it suicidal or sexual?
It's such a fine line.
I did see the preview on after episode 20 and I was like, all right, like this might end decently. So
Isn't it a video game?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens these last 2 episodes.
There was a video game tie-in.
Did they take all the cutscenes out of the video game and just make a movie out of it?
We'll see. I've seen some footage from the video game. It'd be interesting to see if that makes it.
Now, did they actually release this video game?
I believe so.
Like Super Nintendo or
Oh, this was like a... it's got to be
Sega?
something you've never heard of, like a StarCon 33 or something.
Neo Geo 40. It might just be PC or something, you know. those PC guys, they get all the cool shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Thunder in Paradise and Diablo.
Yeah, maybe.
What a combo.
Maybe it's on Steam.
People are speed running it now.
All right. I think it's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, rate my letterbox.
Mm-mm.
Oh no.
No.
No. Oh, we just get to leave tonight.
We do.
Join us next time for
I'm giving Bones a 5 and Dan a 0.
spot on. I go with a 1. Join us next time.
Really? A 1?
To end Thunder in Paradise. But that will be after Kron Howard's next category. Please, Kron, take it away.
That's right, guys. The next category is the big 3, but really not the 3 you want. These are films, one each. Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris, and JCVD. The first selection is... I hope I wrote it down somewhere.
On Deadly Ground.
On Deadly Ground, starring and directed by Steven Seagal.
And I believe we have decided on a order here.
Mm-hmm.
Bones, who are you? Who was your man?
I will be taking Chuck as to keep JCVD and Steven Seagal separate, as has to be done in real life.
It's the truth, yes. And I will be taking a Jean-Claude.
Kron, Dan and I were just recently in person at a concert, and we had a fellow friend join us, and they asked how the show was going. We hinted at the next category, and I described it as Kron set up a landmine for us and then immediately jumped on it. So thank you for taking the Seagal.
I mean,
Much appreciated.
True Russian patriot. So
yeah. I know I said Seagal might not show up, but I also did start building an Amazon cart for maybe a visual only bit. So we'll see. We'll see.
Why is he in Russia? Did he have to not?
Why not?
Can he not come into America?
I think there might be some stuff. I mean, I don't want to talk. I think there might be some reasons why
He'll get arrested.
he doesn't want to stay
I
here.
was trying to look it up, and it just said he was granted dual citizenship. Russia just said you're a citizen now.
Yeah.
But I couldn't figure out it's not somewhere you willingly go and never come back.
He's kind of like a Roman Polanski, I guess.
Okay. I know that there's isn't there something on Under Siege? He was, or one of those where he was shitty to an actress and.
Oh, that was throughout. But
okay.
That actress has been very vocal
right
about him basically pushing her into doing some stuff that she didn't really feel comfortable with at the time.
Okay.
There's also some stories that Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey sort of realized that we kind of got to look out for her. So.
You tell. Give me 2.
Cool. So Seagal is a huge piece of shit.
Thank you.
We'll be talking
his shitty movie,
Out for Justice.
No,
On Deadly Ground. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Is Out for Justice a Seagal movie?
Yes.
What's the one where it's like a Jamaican gang?
Marked for Death.
I saw most of that over the weekend.
Dan and I watched that not too long ago.
I think Kron was there.
Were you?
I don't know.
Is that Russian Circles we were watching that?
I think that was Steve that was with us, was he?
Was it Steve? That was for Liverpool then, yeah. Yeah, we just watched that one recently.
Because we watched Marked for Death. I think we watched John Wick 2 in the same weekend.
Yeah.
Just random TV. It felt good to watch a movie with my buddy on the couch, man.
Yeah, we watched,
as opposed to shocking myself on my own.
Put your dog collar back on. Get into this with me.
Folks, as always, please rate and review the show. If you are on Spotify or Apple, please do that for us. It helps us, and it helps us bring the show to more people. Please follow us on Letterboxd and Instagram. Letterboxd, you will find all our list and all the current movies that we do cover. Each episode does have a link to join the Discord. That is free. It is not behind any paywall. All we do is free stuff for you. That's because we care.
We're smart enough to not expect anybody to. You pay an emotional toll. Listen to this. We don't need to bring finances into it.
It wears on your mental psyche. Yes. But other than that, please do all those fun things. There's nothing else to say, guys, but I guess splash and burn.
Splash and burn.
Splash and burn.